Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Today will be our third to last Brothers War draft of the set. The entire spoiler for Phyrexia All Will Be One drops next Thursday, January 26th. And rather than take up the entire pack 1 to explain how the set review season is going to go for you all, I wanted to give you a quick update here before the draft starts. Just wanted to let you know that you'll be getting the majority of the set review content that you expect here from the channel. We will not be doing a card-by-card set review this time, but I will give you archetype guides, I will give you pre-release primers, all those sort of things that you are expecting of the new set, because as soon as the new set releases, it just so happens to coincide with a very big event in my life that will be taking up a very large portion of my time. I will be doing everything I can to get you as much content as I know you want. Just know that the upload schedule for probably the first month of the new set will be slightly inconsistent compared to what it has been for the last little bit here with our most recent sets. But bear with me, we'll be right back as soon as we possibly can. Just want to give that quick update. Stay tuned for set review season of Phyrexia All Will Be One. But without further ado, let's hop into pack 1, pick 1 for today's draft. Alright, so today we have what I think is a pretty clear pack 1, pick 1 in my mind. I think Third Path Iconoclast is better than basically every other card in this pack. I mean, if we're looking at the commons, we have Scrapwork Rager, Evolving Wilds, Goblin Blast Runner, Airlift Chaplain, which are all good. Rager to a lesser extent. There's also Elsewhere Flask, which goes good in a lot of different decks, but this card is so good in blue-red prowess, and it is a reason to draft that deck. If we get pushed off of it, we get pushed off of it. That's fine by me. But I'm going to go ahead and start with it here, because it is a great one. Now we have an interesting pick. There's a lot of good cards in this pack. There is a Scrapwork Cohort here, but there's also an Excavation Explosion. There's a Combat Thresher. It's a Thorn of Amethyst, but I don't think that's going to go very well at all with the Third Path. There's an Obstinate Baloth, which is good. There's a Weak Stone Subjugation, which is fine. I think I'm going to take the Explosion here to go with the Iconoclast. Cohort, I think, is a better card in a vacuum, but when you know you have access to a Third Path Iconoclast already in pack 1, pick 1, that makes the Excavation Explosion that much better. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that in pack 2 here. And then we get a Skyfisher Spider passed to us, pick 3. I did not originally see this Scrapwork Mutt. I think the correct pick here is Skyfisher Spider. However, Scrapwork Mud is like the second, arguably the top common in the entire set. And we know we have a pretty good red start here. And this could be quite good for us. This would kind of abandon both of our first picks, which could be fine. But if this were just like a random green card, like a Sentinel Stalwart or something, I think I would take the Spider here. But when there's a card as good as Scrapwork Mutt, and we have a start as good as we do, I think it's fine taking the Scrapwork Mutt here. Alright, and now, not great options. There is a Combat Courier, which I'll probably take. Unearth is great in this format. Drawing cards is great in this format. Retrieval Agent, Splitting the Power Stone are not it. Coastal Bulwark could be it, depending on what our deck looks like in the end, but I don't know what that will be. Vanguard is fine. Aeronaut's Wings is fine in a specific deck, but I think Combat Courier is the clear pick here. So we'll go ahead and take that. And then we see an Evolving Wilds, a Machine Over Matter, a Boulder Branch Golem, Sardian Cliff Stomper and Rock Hunter, Epic Confrontation, Blanchwood Prowler. I'm just naming all the cards of the pack now is all I'm doing. There's some decent cards is what I'm trying to say. These 3 green cards are pretty good. There's also just an Evolving Wilds. Blue-red has not seemed open yet so far. We gotta pick 2 Explosion, but that's not really a sign of anything. Pick 3 Mutt is good. The Evolving Wilds is good to help potentially splash some like Unearth type of things. I don't know if I want to abandon what I have for any of this green, so I'm just gonna kind of stay open with Evolving Wilds for now. And then, for some reason, we see a pick 6 Scrapwork Cohort, which means we're just gonna take it. Because the Evolving Wilds can help us splash this Unearth. I mean, We don't have to be blue-red. Could be red-white. And the cohort is great, so we're going to take it. Alright, so blue-red has not seemed open. I mean, blue is like relatively open with like these 4-ish blue cards, but they're like not great. Gigamole is probably the best card in this pack. Military Discipline is like fine in red-white aggro, and right now we have Mutt, Cohort, and Explosion for red-white aggro. There's also a Rock Hunter for aggressive decks. I might just take this Combat Courier as well. I don't think we're missing a ton with this Military Discipline. Alright, so I think we have to pivot off of blue-red into potentially white-red here. There just hasn't been any good blue-red cards for us at all. As much as I like Third Path Iconoclast, I think we have to take the Ambush Paratrooper here. And then on the wheel, for some reason Evolving Wilds came back. So did Goblin Blast Runner. I guess the Blast Runner could be pretty good in a... Like, I would love both of these, obviously. But I'm thinking red-white is more likely for us now, because then there's a recommission. Stalwart and Razor Maw are fine, but there's a recommission for red-white. Maybe we play this, but I doubt it. None of this is playable. That was the really, really bad pack earlier. Oh, there's a Cliff Stomper. Mono red? You know what? I'm going to take Mishra because we already have a Mutt and a Cohort. We might pick up more. So we'll see here. Alright. Best card in the pack is Go for the Throat. But I think we are a little bit far away from that. Next best card in the pack is Take Flight. There's an Airlift Chaplain here, which I do like in red-white decks. I haven't played a lot of red-white, but this seems like it would be pretty good in red-white, specifically. There's also Rock Hunter, which will likely wheel. I have not liked Burnish Heart. It's just too slow. Maybe the Unleashed Shell or the Deadly Riposte wheel, but I don't think we're going to take this. Mechanized Warfare is just not very good. So I'm just going to take the Airlift Chaplain. It's a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Now it's a pretty easy Obliterating Bolt here. There's a Recommission that could wheel. Thopter Architect is probably not for us. The last Evolving Wilds wheeled, but I don't see how this one will. But this is a very easy Obliterating Bolt for us. Gosh, Evolving Wilds Central. We have one Blast Runner. We don't really see the need to splash right now. These Couriers probably not good enough for us. There's a reconstructed Thopter and a Power Stone Engineer. Probably not playing this. You know what? This is a card I have not put in my deck, I think, enough. I think this card is better than Carrion Locust, and I always find a way to include Carrion Locust. It has Unearth, and Unearth is great, especially in these red-white decks. I'm just going to take the Thopter here. Ooh, Scrapwork Mutt. I know there's a Strong Bull, but this isn't looking to be the greatest Strong Bull deck. It's fine, it's good, but I think Scrapwork Mutt is what we're going to need here. Just a good 2-drop. I mean, it's very good. It's what we want. Aeronaut Cavalry with 2 soldiers? What are they? The Paratrooper. What's the other soldier here? The Cohort. I mean, there's nothing else. We're not playing Demolisher. Soul Guide Lantern's not really for this deck. Race to the Ground. Yeah, we'll just take the 5-drop here. Maybe we end up with more soldiers and it gets better. Interesting. Mono Red looks to be pretty open. Double Cliff Stomper. That'd be pretty good. What would we give up if we played Mono Red? A Recommission, a Paratrooper, an Airlift Chaplain, and a Cavalry. As opposed to taking another Blast Runner here? What are we sacrificing? with these Blast Runners? Just the Evolving Wilds, right? I think I'll take the Blast Runner. 2-drop is fine. Power Stone Engineer. I mean, I'll play it over a Dwarven Forge Chanter. Unleash Shell, Disenchant Goblin, Blast Runner number 3. We haven't seen a Bitter Reunion yet, but if I take this, I'm taking Bitter Reunion over most things. I just haven't liked it, Disenchant in the main deck very much. Rock Hunter, Unleash Shell. We don't have a ton of removal. We have Excavation and Obliterating Bolt, which is good. And our 2-drops are... I don't really like Rock Hunter necessarily. But it is a 2-drop, and I think we can get an Unleash Shell later if we want it. Blitz Automaton seems fine. I don't think we need Thopter Architects. A little too slow, and Scrapsmith is just for kind of red artifact dirtily decks. I don't think I'm playing a Dragon Engine because it's a 3-mana 1/3 flyer that can get pumped. Rarely ever casting it for 8. Whoa. Alright, so we are the only red drafter at this table, apparently. Last pick Mightstone's animation. Wow. Alright, what can we find in pack 3? We find a great rare in a color that we are not. This card is really, really good. We do have 1 Evolving Wilds and 4 Soldiers and a Recommission with 2 Mutts. Do we have another Recommission? No. This one could wheel, though. Is that better than just a Combat Thresher here? How are we pumping the power of the Combat Thresher? Really no way. It's also just an Airlift Chaplain. This card is very good. I wonder if we can... I'm going to try to see if we can splash that. I don't know if it's worth it. It might not be, but it's just a very good card. Well, this is the saddest pick 2 I've ever seen. The only card we can even play is Rock Hunter, and I hate Warlords Elite, so I'm not going to take it. There is a supply drop with these 3 Blast Runners, but I just don't like this card. So I guess I'm taking the world's saddest Rock Hunter here. Infantry, Onulet, Genius on the Splash, Self-Assembler, a protection spell. I don't mind an Onulet necessarily. It's got Unearth. We have some ways to pitch things. Double Mutt Mishra. I would take a Bitter Reunion out of that pack very quickly, but there is not one. Still have not seen a Bitter Reunion for these 3 Blast Runners. These are not looking very good in our deck. The only thing we can sacrifice is an Evolving Wilds. I guess the Strongbow can sacrifice something too, but we don't have a lot of Power Stone makers. We have the Explosion Engineer, I guess. So maybe they're okay. I just need a Bitter Reunion. Again, this is a pack I would love a Bitter Reunion to be in. Guess I'm taking this over Steel Exemplar. We're not mono-colored. Gosh, a 4th Blast Runner. Maybe that makes running Combat Courier good. With 4 Blast Runners? What's our non-creature count? Like 3 for Swift Spear? So that's not great. Come on, give me a Bitter Reunion. I got excited. I saw 3 red cards. Guess Whirling Strike here. One last pick for a Bitter Reunion. We did not see one all draft. Well, it's unfortunate. Recommission did wheel. So I'm wondering how good these are going to be in our deck. We have an Evolving Wild and a Strong Bowl. And that's it. I don't know that this officer pick paid off for us. I'm not sure. Well, we do have the double recommission again, so pitching it to double Mutt or milling it on Airlift Chaplain, pitching it to Mishra. All that stuff could work. Just gonna rare draft here. So we had the shell of a really good deck. I mean, how many soldiers do we have? We have 8 soldiers, so I mean, this card could be good for us. Here's another one. I don't think Supply Drop is worth running with 4 Blast Runners even. It's just too slow. So we did not find the ways to sacrifice for all these Blast Runners. Did not see a single bit of reunion all draft. I had 3 potentials to take in Evolving Wilds, but one of them I took the Sky Strike Officer over, and I think the other one, can't remember what I took over the other one. Obliterating Bolt, I think. So was never really in the cards for us there. So see what to run here. 45 cards. I'm wondering if these are worth it with 4 Blast Runners. Let's start with them in. I think all of these are probably good, so that means we have to cut some creatures here. 25 creatures, wow. The cavalries are pretty good because we have a lot of soldiers. Where are our soldiers? Let's put them over here, just so we can see. These are soldiers, apparently. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 soldiers. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So this is like a package in itself with the cavalry and the officer here. Which means an automaton is probably not worth it. Is it worth running combat courier? It can't be, right? Which means our blast runners are probably not great. Maybe 2 of them are okay, but like 4 of them just don't really make a ton of sense. And then maybe like an infantry. And 16 lands? So my thought with the officer is, what is this? 14, 15, yeah, so 16. So my thought with the officer is maybe we get lucky and we cast it off of these 2 sources, or we pitch it to double Scrapwork Mutt or Mishra and reanimate it with Recommission. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish sources or so to cast the officer, which is good. I'm not a huge fan of Rock Hunter. We're going to be a little bit more aggressive, I think. I think the Amulet's okay, but like not outstanding. What will we play over it? Just like another infantry or something? Maybe that's just better for our deck. And then 16 lands makes a ton of sense here. The officer is great for us. The cavalry gets better now. Yeah, I mean, the deck's not great, but it can definitely steal some wins. I definitely want to try out Reconstructor Thopter. 3rd to last draft of the set, and I really haven't put this in a deck yet. It seems fine. So yeah, I think this is how I'm going to run it back, and I will see you in game number 1. Okay, opponent goes first, and we can't mulligan this hand. We have 2-drop, 3-drop, so we're keeping it. Well, that's a good turn 1 play. I mean, this card hasn't actually been that great. It is a rare 1-drop, so it's a 1-mana 1/1 Death Touch, which is usually fine enough. I'll probably just trade this for Infiltrator here. Welcome to Lands Off the Top. If you're new here, it's what we do. It's just our thing. We love lands. 16 lands and we draw 3 in a row. We just love it here, so get used to it. If you like to see someone who powers through drawing more lands than you've ever drawn in your entire life, then I'm your guy. Well, either Explosion or Whirling Strike here, pretty clearly. And I think we probably need to Explosion the Ashnod. Yeah, I think I'll just get rid of this threat now while I can, because next turn they could just start making 3/3s, or 1/3/3. I mean, it takes like their whole turn, but it's just a nice mana sink. Effectively draws them a card, because a 3/3 is worth a card. Okay. Well, I gotta do this. We'll see if they counter it. Or kill something. They have Disfigure. That's my guess. Urza's Command. Okay, okay. It's pretty good. I've drawn 1 non-land this whole game, like, I mean... But we're powering through with what we're given. Yeah, my starting hand had Explosion, Strike, Cavalry, and Rock Hunter or something. And since then, I've just drawn land. Ooh, Sky Strike Officer, that's good. They're at 5. Why are they attacking with both? That's weird. Good God. I can't win. Oh. Well, I guess I didn't leave myself 100% dead, assuming they can't kill this 1/1. But again, if you draw 1 non-land in your top, I don't know how many cards it's been. 8 cards? Like, what do you want from me? Well, I can take 2. Good Lord. Hey, look what it is. It's a non-land. Goodness. Well, they're at 2. Can we get over the edge here? Because we're at 6. So we have to chump this Warplow now. Which is great. Unless they can kill the cavalry. Okay. There you go. Have fun. We used our Explosion already. We used our Whirling Strike already, so I don't really know how to push through damage or survive here. Woo! That's a big one. Can I interest you in 1 more land? We only have 5 lands in our last 23 cards here. It's a saying I say a lot here because I drew 2 non-lands the whole game. I can't play a game like that. Let's hope game 2 is a little bit better to us. Of course I didn't. Why would I have fun in that match? Okay, well the hand is good, so we'll keep it. Let's see if we can avoid drawing 9 lands off the top. It's the beginning of the end, isn't it? Oh, man. Guys. 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 Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hajar and Aeronaut's Wings. Probably take the 3/3. Ha. Take 1. Eat it. They just passed on a land. That's interesting. I'm just gonna play the Thopter here. Yes, they took Hajar when they could have taken... See what they find. No lands. Goblin Charbelcher. Interesting. Yes, they passed up on 2 lands when they didn't have any in hand to play the bodyguard there. That's interesting. I'm going to do this so that I can hastily loot away my mountain. Doesn't have reach, does it? No. Hey, you did it. Yep. Sure. Oh, look what it is. Oh my lord. I just can't stand this. Guys, this is a meme at this point. Like, it's just a meme. Like, they were mana screwed, and we couldn't play anything to punish them. Yeah. It's a non-land. Let's go. Any of these soldiers? Aw. None of them are soldiers. Okay, well, in that case... Right. Yeah, I guess I'll just hit him with the Thopter here. And then I'll loot away yet another land. Urza. Battle Thopter. That's a good one. Down goes Aeronaut Cavalry. nothing in here to get back. And no way to attack. So, go ahead. Start getting your value train rolling. By the way, 4 lands left in our last 21. So, math just doesn't math on this channel. So unfortunately we can't kill the Battlethopter because Hajar can protect it. And if they cast a spell, it gets out of range of the explosion. So I have to kill Hajar here. Don't really have much of a choice. They'll sacrifice it, give Urza indestructible, which didn't really matter anyway, because we weren't doing anything. Burnished Heart at instant speed. And a Mishra's Research Desk. Okay. Yep, looks like they are probably going to outvalue us here at this point. We just never... No. There are 6 lands in our graveyard. There are now 7 lands in our graveyard. And 3 left in the deck. And I don't see a way of pushing 10 damage through here. Because the Sigil of Valor, all they have to do is put that on Urza and hit us like twice. Okay, that's something, I guess. How do we do this? So I can sacrifice the Thopter, give these +2/+0 and Menace, attack with them both, and then unearth the Thopter, and then sacrifice it again? No, I can't do that. I don't have the mana for that. Maybe there's a way this Strongbow can lead us to victory here, because we have double recommission to bring it back as long as they don't exile it. Okay, make a 7/7. As long as it doesn't have flying or trample, we're okay. Sacrifice, unearth, sacrifice, 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 unearth, sacrifice. We can deal some damage, but don't know how much. That's fine. Again, as long as it doesn't get evasion. Land. I'm gonna go ahead and unearth this here. Get more triggers for the strong bowl. See how they choose to block. I don't know if they'll block with the Battle Thopter. They might. Okay. Good for them. I think I was planning on sacrificing it anyway. I wonder if attacking with the Blast Runners was, at any point here, was worth it. It's very possible. They have 8 cards left in their deck somehow. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're at 6. Is there a way to get 6 more sacrifice triggers here? They need to be attacking with more than just one creature, I think. So this thing has reach, so the Thopter's not getting in. So we could recommission the Thopter to get another ping, put them to 4, recommission it again, put them to 3, unearth it, put them to 2. But that's still not enough. I think I will need a blocker for this Battle Thopter. I just don't know why they're not attacking with more creatures here. They should be. I think our only way to win is through Pendragon Strongbow here. And we have to do it very quickly. Yeah, that's what I thought. You need to start getting in. I guess I don't have to chump here, but again, I need to try to start putting some pressure on their life total through Strong Bull. These are both going to be 3/2s, but it doesn't matter because this has Menace. So I can put them to 5. I can put them to 4. And I need more artifacts. So I'm wondering if Mishra activation here is worth it. Because we have to get more artifacts. Well, Whirling Strike is not great. Could recommission the Thopter. I guess this infantry dying could have given us another artifact, so that was something. Scrapwork Mutt is another artifact. It also lets us dump this Whirling Strike that we don't need. So we might have it next turn. If we can survive this one attack step, and Pendragon Strongbow can as well, there's a chance we might have it. Because right now we have 2 artifacts to sacrifice. This can come back. This can come back twice with recommission. It's going to be close. Okay, that's okay for now, assuming we survive and can have enough mana to do everything we need to do. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So chump here to get an artifact, chump here because I don't care, and chump here because we're sacrificing this anyway. I guess I can chump here. And then Strong Bull, sacrificing Mutt, putting them to 4. We have to have enough next turn, right? I hope. Strongbow, sacrifice these 2, have 4 mana left over. Unearth this, sacrifice it, we have 1 mana left over. Recommission this, sacrifice this, this, and this. Do we not have enough here? Am I missing lethal? Sacrifice both of these, put them to 2, but then we have 4 mana. Can unearth the Mutt if we find a land? If we play this Mutt, we find a land? Maybe? Haven't done the math just yet, but we need a land at this point. that's not a land. We could, yeah, if we found a land, we could have had it, because we just unearthed this. And then we'd have 3 left over. No. So I need to recommission, and I haven't done the math here. I need to recommission this as a blocker. And then pass and hope this Mishra's Juggernaut can't kill us, which it probably can. This has trample, this has trample. But that's it. Nothing else has trample. The Strongbow dies, so do we. We can give creatures haste here. Oof. Construct, I guess they can give it to. Juggernaut. Yeah, it's got trample. Okay. Yep. And then here comes everything. Let's see if we can survive. Time for math. Alright, these two have trample. So this has to go here. Chump, chump. Chump. Eat. Trade. Chump. Chump. Taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Taking 9? Assuming they don't have a combat trick? It's a tough game here. They have something in hand, they could. So we have to make sure we don't sacrifice the ones that are on tramplers. Guess I could have traded this somewhere potentially. Alright, will it survive? Did we die? Did I do math wrong again? No? Excavation explosion for the win? No! No! Was there a way I could have gone to 4? I took 2 from, I guess 3, but I took 2 from this. Dang. Dang. Maybe there might have been a way to do that there, but gosh, that was a tough ending to a game. There might have been a way to save myself, but I guess I could have put Strongbow on the Rust Goliath because it was getting bigger. That would have saved me from an excavation explosion in their hand, but I was winning next turn, so tough. Alright, I get to go first this time, and we're keeping this hand. Maybe it'll be enough to get us our first win in this draft. Okay. For that reason, I don't think I'm going to play Mutt here. I think I'm just going to flash in the Paratrooper and block their Courier. As if they don't have, like, Disfigure or something. Probably debating either Disfigure or sacrifice the Courier. Okay, that's good. Made them use their whole turn to do that, so that's good. Go ahead and do this. I think I'd rather a 2/2. Because I can get Mutt value out of the graveyard later. Fortunately got rid of Obliterating Bolt, but what you gonna do? Could be dangerous getting rid of this land here, but we can put a ton of pressure on them by putting all these creatures down. And there's a chance we draw more land anyway, so that's a pretty good draw. Just gain your life already. I know it's all you have. Oh, okay, interesting. I had something else. No board wipe, please. Good for you, I guess. So I can't unearth the Mutt and hold up Whirling Strike here, unfortunately. I could recommission the Mutt and hold up Whirling Strike, but that doesn't seem great either. No way to sacrifice anything. See if they have Machine over Matter. That would be pretty bad for us. Just like they do. They always got it, right? Which one's dying here? Oh, that's fine. Little do you know, I don't have ways to sacrifice anything in my deck. What else you got? Okay. Scrapwork Rager. Yep. I guess we're riding the back of Airlift Chaplain in this game. And Excavation Explosion to the face, more than likely. I could recommission the Paratrooper as another flyer. They don't have anything right now. They just proven they didn't have any priority. So next turn we hit them down to 3 and kill them. So yeah, this is lethal next turn. If they don't play a flyer or remove one of these flyers here. Okay. That's fine. I think that should do it, right? That should do it. Oh, they gained a life. How did they gain a life? Oh, the pristine talisman. Dang. Okay, well, still basically dead next turn. Could pump this, but actually, you know what? If I do pump this, they go to 2, and then the talisman puts them to 3, and this is guaranteed. Guaranteed to be lethal, assuming they can't gain any more life. Assuming they can't gain any more life, he says. Well, it's a pretty easy play here. Flying to the rescue. I hate you with every fiber of my being. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're dead. Jeez. Alright, well at least we got there. Goodness gracious. Okay, we go first with, I mean, hands that are good that we're going to keep. The only thing is these blast runners are just really not doing the trick in this deck. That's why I cut it down from 4 to 2. As much as I would have loved to find a bitter reunion, as much, you know, during the draft I was saying it's what I wanted more than basically anything. I'll just lead on this here. Foundry of Sprite. Sure. I guess Whirling Strike killing their Sprite here is the play. It could be Scrapwork Mutt, I guess. I wouldn't expect them to block here, but we can save the Mutt for value to pitch something. Are they going to miss a land drop here? They are. Alright, good. Which means we can do this. There's their land drop and tower worker. Don't want them ramping anywhere. Bushwhack, going to find a land. And black. Alright, you got all your colors now. Sprite. Sure. No way to sacrifice anything, so we're just going to go here. Yeah, you probably want to do the Power Stone Engineer, I would think. And I'll end the turn. They're at 6, but 6 is not 0, and they have 5 mana now, so... Okay. And then there's Titania's command. Good news is, I've seen worse Titania's commands. By worse, I mean there have been better ones on... That's the worst Titania command you can play when you don't have a board, but... Yeah. Where are our flyers? Slash blue mana. Never mind. Well, like I said, 6 is not 0, and it looks like this is an exact definition of that. I guess Pendragon's Strongbow would be a good draw. Be a very good draw. Searching for another land. What do you need? Don't tell me you have 2 Titania's commands or something. And also, they didn't search for a black. They searched for a green. Okay, that's okay. There's the strong bowl. Now we just have to have it survive. Which is difficult sometimes. But we do have 2 recommissions in the deck. So... Okay. Alright, well we gotta kill him next turn is what it sounds like. Because that is going to gain 7 life. I guess I could have block sacked, which I should have done, but... Alright. Looks like I think we had it next turn with all the artifacts we had. Okay. Titania's command for Phyrexian Fleshgorger. And, Skyfisher Spider, and we somehow won. Sure. Opponent goes first, but got a good hand. Don't know what I'll lead on here. Depends on what they play. Well, I mean, this attack's better, so just play that. Maybe they have Disfigure or something. Zephyr Sentinel, sure. Mishra's Bauble. And no plays. I'm just going to lead here instead of the Strongbow. The Strongbow is one of our better win cons, so I'm just going to play this. In case they had Disfigure, or well, Disfigure wouldn't have done that, in case they had, you know, Essence Capture, or whatever that, Scatter Ray counterspell. Choosing to save the Bauble. Cohort is great. Yeah, that's the reason they saved their Mishra's Bauble. So So they can get Death Touch lifelink next turn. Makes sense. Congrats, you saw me draw my 7th land. Yeah. Awesome, got rid of the Trench Stalker, that's good news. Seems about right. I don't think we need to get any of that back yet. This needs to be saved for basically just the Strongbow here. Alright, you're on 7 mana and a blue-black deck. I don't like our chances here. That's why. I think that'll be the end of it for us here. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to block that thing. Like we just have to. Alright, well they have priority, but it could be the combat courier here, so if we do this and they kill the cavalry, we can still kill it. If they kill the infantry, we can still kill it. If they kill this, we can still kill it. So, doesn't have Death Touch, does it? No. Alright. So they have to have 2 instant speed removal spells for us to be out of luck here. Alright. Well, we've dealt with that for now. And then there's a freaking Teferi. Good God. This set is just something else.
Quite a tough opponent. Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's gonna put us out of our misery here. I mean, in the last 2 games we played against double Phyrexian Fleshgorger, Titania's Command, and Teferi. And the best card in our deck is like Pendragon Strongbow. If you don't find access to the good rares, I guess Skystrike Officer is, but like we haven't cast that card this draft. So like if you don't find access to the good rares in this format, you're kind of just SOL. Which just sucks. And I hate going 2 and 3. It's the worst. It's just no fun. Do we stand any chance here, like, even remotely? No, we got like another 6 lands on the top of our deck, so why would we stand a chance? It's a flyer, I guess. There's no way we're killing that stupid thing. Draw 2 cards, but I'm just gonna save us all our own time here, man. So yeah, this format is super bomb heavy in that, like, if you don't get them and your opponents do, sometimes it's tough. I mean, we beat the opponent that had Titania's Command Fleshgorger, and then we lost to the opponent that had Fleshgorger Teferi, because I'm not gonna sit through that. So yeah, what's the best card in our deck if you don't count Skystrike Officer? We have no rares. I guess Obliterating Bolt is the best card in our deck. Yeah, we have no rares and 1, 2, 3 uncommons. Not going to win very many games with that, so... Alright, well, 2 drafts left, and we'll see how we do in those 2. Hopefully we open a nice rare. We can find ourselves a, now I can't remember the name of it, a Worm Coil Engine or something in the last 2 drafts. So stick around for those. Thanks so much for tuning in for the lifetime of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.